Are you thinking about building your own Telecaster? Have you ever wondered if Warmoth parts or parts from STRATosphere were really worth it? Well, today I'm going to be using parts from both Warmoth and STRATosphere in building the ultimate Tele, and that's coming right up. So I've been wanting a Telecaster for the better part of 5 or 6 years, mainly to play country music on. And when I found that most of the standard Fender lines just doesn't cut it for me. There's always something missing. So for the past year or so, I've been researching all the best parts and figuring out what folks in Nashville and the session players use down there. Over the past 6 months, I have acquired all the parts needed, and now I'm ready to finally assemble my ultimate Telecaster. So let's talk about the body. This is a genuine Fender body. See if I can get that in focus. Genuine Fender body from the STRATosphere. It came with the bridge, the new bridge that has the ashtray that's a little bit lower so it doesn't cut your hand. But we'll talk about that later. It's in this cool bluish gray, like kind of like a Brent Mason vibe to it. Really cool. Also came with the neck plate and screws, as well as the string ferrules. So less parts that I have to buy there. Sweet deal from STRATosphere. I saw this, instantly grabbed it. Some of them don't come with the plates. Some of them don't come with the bridges. It all really depends on what model you get from the STRATosphere, but super impressed with the STRATosphere. Check out the links down below. I'm not affiliated with them. Just thought it was really cool. But I'll give you my thoughts on this at the end of the video, but wanted to show you this is the first part of our build. American professional Fender body from the STRATosphere. So the next item on our list is the neck, which I personally think is the most important part of any guitar. Now the neck is where Fender and I didn't get along. The standard models didn't have this exact pattern of a neck profile, which I have found is my favorite. I have a 2012 Deluxe Stratocaster that has a very similar neck to this, and it's perfect. It's what I've been playing the past 8 years on, and I wish all guitar necks were like this, but the Fender lines just didn't have it. So I had Warmoth build it. It is a single piece of roasted maple with an Irvana compensated, let's see if you can see that, compensated nut. It's like the Buzz Fightin compensated nut, helps with intonation. Roasted maple, so doesn't need any lacquer, so it's super fast, super slick, and it's got the 9.5 to 14 compound radius with 22 frets. Pretty slick. Looks just like a Fender Telecaster neck, and I think it's going to be a fantastic piece of this build. So with the body from the STRATosphere and the neck from Warmoth parts, those two pieces are going to be the backbone for our ultimate Tele build. Since the body is kind of a bluish gray, we're going to have a Brent Mason inspired look to the aesthetics of the guitar. So first let's unbox some parts and then get to building. Alright, so first up we have the hip shot tuning keys. And these guys are actually, they're really cool. They are the open gear, you can tell right there. See if we can get it in focus. Open gear locking tuning mechanisms, and they are staggered, so I gotta make sure they're in the correct place. But what's really cool about these is you don't have to drill holes. It comes with these two universal mounting plates. And if you look at the neck of, at the back of this neck, there's no holes. Warmoth, I guess, doesn't pre-drill them because you never know what tuning keys you're going to use. These are obviously pre-drilled, but there's no security holes on the back. And the thing about roasted maple, I have found that it's really hard to drill into. So having these on the back, that will automatically secure the tuners in place without the need to drill pilot holes or screw in screws in the back of the neck to secure these is super helpful. So that is the tuning. Next on our parts list is the wiring harness. Now this thing is super cool. You can see the box right there. This is a wiring harness from Mojo Tone. Now what's really cool about this, maybe I should have taken it out of the box. Alright, so next up is a really cool part. It's from Mojo Tone Guitars, and it's the wiring harness. Now, I am not a very good solderer, and Mojo Tone has the solution for me. So check this out. It's a simple three-way switch, three-way tele switch, volume, tone, but everything comes pre-wired out of the box. And you see this box right here? This is where you plug in your pickups and the ground wires, and you have to do 0 soldering. Now next up is the bridge and bridge plate. As you can see, this is the traditional 3 barrel style bridge. Compensated barrels though for better intonation. Between this and the Nirvana, I should never go to tune, but we will see. Now we have the bridge. We need a pickguard for the neck pickup. Nothing special here. It's just your traditional 8-hole Fender pickguard from Fender. You gotta buy the screws when you buy them. That's fine. It should work. It's a Fender body. It's a Fender pickguard. It's just gonna work. Now the coup de grace, my favorite part of this whole Tele build is these bad boys. Again, not sponsored by any of these products, just this is what I found to be the best of the best and what the people, professional people play with that I like. So this is the Seymour Duncan Vintage Stack Telecaster set. Vintage bridge pickup, vintage neck pickup. They're stacked, which means they have 2 coils on them, so it's like a humbucker, but you still get the Tele sound without the 60-cycle hum, which in this day and age, I don't understand why anybody would make Telecaster and Stratocaster pickups that don't eliminate hum. I'll probably get some flack for that in the comments, but these are all the parts that we're going to be using to build the Tele, so let's get to building.
tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. Uh.
Alright, so I'm putting a hat on because this is actually 3 or 4 days later from when I initially filmed the pickup screws for the neck pickup. Actually, I lost one of them. Had to order a new one on Amazon. So here we are 3 or 4 days later. That's why if anything looks differently, that's why. Just wanted to give that little disclaimer there. So here we go. Let's continue on with the video. So this is what we have, the finished product. This is the screw that I lost somewhere. I think it went down the drain. I had to drill and expand the holes for these screws in this pickguard because the screws were too small and the ring wasn't sitting down all the way, or the pickup wasn't sitting down all the way. So, but yeah, it's got kind of a Brett Mason inspired aesthetic to it, mainly in that it's gray body and the gold control switch. But yeah, let's hear some tones. Alright, well thank you all so much for coming along for the Tele build. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you've been inspired to build your own. After all this, I gotta say the Warmoth neck, like, Fender necks are pretty awesome, but this thing from Warmoth, holy crap. No finish on it at all, roasted maple. This thing is a thing of beauty. It's exactly what I was hoping for. The Irvana nut is fantastic. The intonation up the neck is just flawless. I can't say enough good things about this neck from Warmoth. And the body from the STRATosphere, it's an American Fender Tele body. You can't really buy these from their website. You have to go from third parties, and STRATosphere just nailed it. I knew all the parts were going to line up perfectly because it's a Fender body. So definitely worth the price of admission. So man, this thing is just a beast. All right, so question of the week. Have you ever built a Tele parts caster of your own before? If so, what are some useful tips that you want to share with your other fellow guitar players who are looking to build their own Telecaster? Let us know in the comment section below. All of the applicable affiliate links are listed down below in the description. Go out there and make something awesome today, and until next time, let the music play. Testing 1, 2, 3.